Hey guys, Richard at Ryden's Room here again. This is continuing like seconds off the previous video. Oh, I didn't do my random thing for the day, so it is on this book, Dark Imperium 3, the follow-up to Plague War, Godblight, about a quarter through it, and yeah, this is great, very well described battles, and this is like the ending to the first ever Warhammer story I read all those years ago. So yeah, on to this. So this is the Time Crash. This is the Children in Need episode, much like that one, which was like the instant aftermath of 9's regeneration into 10 and seeing how like Rose reacted to it. This is basically the same thing. So series 3 ended right after Martha left, but you know, tell her doctor she'll be back, and not in that way. no Terminator impression, sadly. But yeah, basically the Titanic like rammed through, busting over the TARDIS walls right before he fixes it. Basically, this is right before that moment. As soon as he like sets off, he merges with the Fifth Doctor's TARDIS, and which is of course Peter Davison. And Dave Tennant doesn't just rip off an old Doctor. No way. He's his own thing. But I've always thought like the nicer side of Tennant definitely inspired by 5, Peter Davison's acting, and because Peter Davison sadly didn't get to do the really dramatic stuff, which I'd love to see. You know, when we finally got that stuff, it was like the end of his run. You know, but the good-hearted, cheerful stuff that Tennant does so well. Always felt that's very similar to Peter Davison. I'm not surprised they got him in because, again, they were both the first young actors to play the role, and yeah, it felt like right one to bring in. Even though they can obviously they can recast. Yeah, they've been doing the future. Spoiler: they used the actor David Bradley to play William Hartnell's first Doctor. So they could have done something like that, but it's nice to go with Peter Davison, and it works really well. So yeah, basically they crash in. Peter Davison looks like he does now. They don't like de-age him or anything. Just the effects of the TARDIS merging makes him look much older. And yeah, it's absolutely great. So you know, Peter Davison's 5 has like no idea who 10 is. He assumes 10 is just some skinny idiot annoying him with his cheerfulness, and then comes to the conclusion that he is a fan like that group Linda. So it's quite cool to see reference to him. And it's just a hell of a lot of comedy. So it's like you're trying to get like, come on, you know who I am, don't you? You recognise it, and he's like, he doesn't. He's like, it's like you're a fan. What? And it's pretty good stuff. It's well written. It's quite a nice like 5, 6, 7 minute episode. Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, good comedy. It's fun watching 10's like vanity. You know, when he takes the hat off of 5 and sees those going bold at the back. Goes, yeah, put that back on, please. It's done really well. And there's the scene where he does recognise him. They basically both do this move at the same time to protect both their TARDISes, which have merged from like being destroyed. And then it's the whole, I knew to do that because I remembered you doing it, and it works really well. And there's like a nice scene when he leaves, and they've talked about how the Master is back, because of course last time 5 saw the Master, it was like burning to death. And yeah, he's like, oh yeah, Master's back. Yeah, I just face him and goes like, oh no, he's got that horrible beard. It's like, no, well, he's got a wife. Yeah, he's got a wife. So yeah, that was Anthony Ainley, the second Master. Although the first one, Roger Delgado, had a beard as well. Yeah, goatee is the thing the old Masters had. Although Eric Roberts in the film didn't, and John Sim didn't. But yeah, so two beards, two without beards, so even number. But yeah, it's fun. And then they talk about other things. We mentioned to I think Tegan gets referenced. 5's one of 5's companions. Obviously, they don't mention the particularly terrible things that like Adric's death. I just kill the mood of the episode, obviously, and it's just a fun story. And there's a nice scene right before 5 leaves when like 10 pulls him back just to like talk to him how like he was his doctor, because when you're young you want to be old and grumpy, but then when you start getting old you want to be young again, and that's basically what the Fifth Doctor was. And yeah, it's a nice scene when it basically ends when he remembers what his shield's up, and then bam, TARDIS gets smashed in by the Titanic caving the wall in. So yeah, quite a fun little episode. It's obviously not quite as dramatic as the first one, when you've got like Rose dealing with her regeneration, and like no one, and let's be honest, a lot of the viewers, let's say, I don't know, 60%, maybe 70% in 2005 had never seen anything like it. So that worked well as more series. This is just more about the jokes and also the emotion. And yeah, it's a good little episode. Yeah, and there's nice that they did stuff like this. So the fact that Children in Need, Comic Relief, those events always get big deal things, but to get like a full miniature but still fully produced Doctor Who episode is pretty cool. And to do that twice in twice in 2 years was pretty awesome. Yeah, 05 and 07. So yeah, that's it. So not too much to talk about, just a nice little scene, 2 actors to talk about. And of course David Tennant would become Peter Davison's son-in-law in the future if he married Peter Davison's daughter. So yeah, I got a good bond there, like goes over to real life as well. So yeah, that's it. So I will see you next time. This will be the series 4 opener. Partners in Time. No, Time is obviously a title for something, but I feel like it's a TV show or something I've watched recently. Maybe it's just a something. But yeah, Partners in Crime, the episode is. So I will see you next time. I apologise for the delay in getting these vids, but I've just watched like an hour and a half ago. No, like half an hour ago, because I watched Superman first. Superman and Lois Series 2, great show on. They aired a few months ago. I just recorded them and finally got around to watching them because Bad Girls having a break. Oh, I could just off again, so I should end it here. But yeah, anyway, on to that. So yeah, I've just basically just watched the 6th episode, so I'm a bit behind. I should get episode 1 up very soon. Okay, adios.